As you guys can tell by the title, we're going to be doing another Bleach versus match, and in this video we're going to be doing Yoruichi Shihoin versus Ulquiorra Cifer, and what would have happened if they fought pre-time skip in the anime or if they fought post-time skip in the manga. As far as the anime is concerned, this is kind of a mismatch, and let me get into why. You see, a lot of people say that Yoruichi is as strong and as fast as Visor Ichigo was in the Hueco arc with Shunko, but I'm going to take it a step further, and I'm going to say that Yoruichi in base is as strong and as fast as Visor Ichigo from the Hueco arc, and a lot of you guys might be thinking I'm absolutely insane for stating this, but it's here to back up why Ulquiorra kinda just wrecks Yoruichi. Now, if Yoruichi is truly as strong and as fast as Visor Ichigo in the Hueco arc, she would absolutely decimate Ulquiorra in base. You see, Visor Ichigo was strong enough to crack Ulquiorra's Zanpakuto and was able to pretty much take Acero to the face with absolutely no damage. So she would pretty much wreck Ulquiorra in base. The only thing that I kind of have an issue with is that Yoruichi took a few injuries from fighting Yami's Hiedo, and Ulquiorra is exponentially more powerful and more durable than Yami is. I mean, Ichigo was able to pretty much just finesse Yami's arm off, and going up against Ulquiorra, he could barely put a scratch into his skin, and this was a much more powerful Bangai Ichigo, mind you. So, I mean, it takes a little bit of suspension of disbelief, but he's like, you know what, if Yoruichi's as strong and she's as fast as Visor Ichigo, then she would beat base Ulquiorra. Now, Ulquiorra whips out Resurrection 1, and Yoruichi's going to be in the same position that Visor Ichigo was in, that is, if she gets hit by anything, she's pretty much going to get one shot. I mean, Ichigo took one Cero Asquiras and was stumbling around like he was a drunk person after 4th of July, man. It was just absolutely terrible. Like, I don't see Yoruichi tanking that hit any better than Ichigo would have, and she's going to have to activate Shunko to deal with this man. Now, we're going to operate under the assumption that Shunko is a 10 times multiplier because she uses Shunko over her Bankai. And if you're going to master something and use it over Bankai, it's got to be at least comparable or stronger. So we're just going to say that Shunko is a 10 times multiplier. I don't think anyone's going to have an issue with that, alright? And so if she gets a 10 times multiplier, she's going to just start smacking Resurrection 1 Ulquiorra around. Like, it's not even going to be a contest. Like, it's going to be completely turning the tables on my man Ulquiorra, and he's going to be sitting there being like, alright, I got to go into my segunda etapa, and that is where Yoruichi's kind of fried, because she has nothing to do against Resurrection 2 Ulquiorra. I mean, for one, just the raw strength from activating his second Resurrection is going to let him easily overwhelm her in terms of speed and strength. But then let's also not forget that, again, he's got Pesquisa, Lanzilo Relampago, Cero Asquiras, he's got, you know, regeneration. It's just absolutely nuts, man. And sure, Yoruichi has some finesse with Flash Step, like she can substitute an article of clothing for herself, but I don't see her getting Ulquiorra with that more than once, maybe 2 times. But the dude's really smart. There's no way that like Ulquiorra's gonna fire Alonzo. She's gonna like substitute her clothes for that, and then Ulquiorra's gonna be like, huh, well, that's cute. Like, that's gonna stump him, and then Ulquiorra's like, he's gonna get taken out by Yoruichi. I do not see that. Plus, Yoruichi doesn't have any big hard-hitting techniques, right? Because even if you are weaker than somebody, if you can whip out something like, I don't know, like a Getsuga Tensho, a big old Cero, Mugetsu, it's like, okay, maybe you could jump the gap. Like, maybe we could make an argument. But Yoruichi in the anime even states that she has not mastered Shunko. Granted, this was in her fight with Soifone, but not a whole lot of time passes between, you know, her fighting Soifone and this Hueco Arrancar arc. It's like a couple of months. And honestly, if she couldn't master Shunko in 100 years, you think she's gonna master it in like a month? Like, no, she's not gonna pull out anything like Raijin Senkei against Segunda Etapa Ulquiorra. So yeah, she's pretty much gonna get the work as soon as Segunda Etapa Ulquiorra comes out. But this was also with the fact that we were saying Yoruichi in base would be as strong as Visor Ichigo, which I think that's a little ludicrous. Just, you know, I think she's more around the ballpark of being like Bankai Ichigo in base. Like, I think her and Bankai Ichigo are more relatives in terms of power. I still think she's a lot faster than Bankai Ichigo because, dude, she escaped Byakuya while holding an unconscious Ichigo. And saying that she escaped isn't really telling the truth because Byakuya didn't even chase after Yoruichi. He was just like, yeah, my interest has waned in this. I'm just going to go do something else. Like, that is arrogant dude talk for I give up. There's no way I'm going to catch her. So she's definitely a lot faster than Byakuya, like, not to mention that Byakuya was able to react to Bankai Ichigo, but he didn't even want to chase after Yoruichi, and it's not like Byakuya's Bankai amps his speed or anything. If someone tells you that, yeah, Byakuya activates Bankai and gets 10 times faster, that person has no idea what they're talking about. But yeah, as far as the anime goes, Ulquiorra kinda stomps Yoruichi into the ground as soon as he whips out Segunda Etapa, and logically, if her base is around Bankai Ichigo's strength, it's not looking very good for our girl Yoruichi over here. However, the manga is a completely different story. So I had some big grandiose scale plan for the 1,000-Year Blood War showing why Yoruichi would be a lot stronger than Ulquiorra was in this arc, but then I started reading the Bleach light novel The Spirits Are Always With You, which takes place during the 17th month time skip between Fate Karakura and the Fullbring arc, and in this novel, Kenpachi fights Arrancar number 100, Sion Grans, who, when in his Resurrection, becomes Arrancar number 0 and has power comparable to Vasto Lord Ichigo, as stated by Uryu. Now, why Uryu's there in a Kenpachi story, just don't even at me about that, right? The important thing here, though, is that Kenpachi defeats this guy who is comparable to Vasto Lord Ichigo. Now, this is pretty huge for, like, the Fullbring arc and talking about how strong those characters are, but talking about Yoruichi, because this means, like, Fullbring arc Kenpachi would be stronger by a decent margin over even Segunda Etapa Ulquiorra. And then this Kenpachi gets stronger by training with Unohana, and not just by a little bit, he gets really strong to where in his base state, he's strong enough to kill Bankai Unohana. It's pretty ridiculous. Now, there's a little more to that. I mean, Unohana was a little tired. She's been fighting Kenpachi a lot. We don't know if she's just been healing herself and Kenpachi, or just healing Kenpachi to bring him back to life. There's a lot of stuff we don't know. But regardless, the dude comes out really strong, also gets Shikai, which is absolutely insane. But the important thing is that he goes up to the Soul Palace, and he encounters Pernida, who about one-shots this Kenpachi. Now, Kenpachi wasn't in Bankai, didn't have his Shikai active, but the whole premise of Kenpachi training with Unohana is that he couldn't, like, hold back all of his power to, like, make his fights more enjoyable. And so the fact that Pernida was able to even just damage Kenpachi as severely as it did, you know, tells me that it's on that level, right? And all of the elite Sternritter are somewhat comparable to one another. In fact, Pernida is often cited as being the weakest of the four. And so in comes Yoruichi fighting Askin. Now, when Yoruichi breaks out Raijin Senkei, you know, the first time, he doesn't do anything to Askin because that's his whole shtick, is to be immune to stuff. But he is kind of, you know, somewhat happy that he does have that immunity, because he's like, man, that was a really lethal dose of Ryatsu. That would not have been good if I wasn't immune to that. But then Yoruichi enters a sub-form of Raijin Senkei. Maybe that's not the right word to call it as a sub-form, but basically the Thundercat form. We all know what I'm talking about. And in this form, her Ryatsu changes 48 times a second, which is essentially Kubo's way of saying, okay, now Yoruichi in her Raijin Senkei form is capable of damaging Askin, and what do you know? She starts tearing the dude apart. I mean, he starts freaking out. He's like, this can't be real. You can't be this strong. It's absolutely nuts. So if Yoruichi in her Raijin Senkei form was able to damage Askin, and probably would have killed the dude if her Ryatsu wasn't, you know, changing all the time, which is kind of ironic that the thing allowing her to damage Askin is also the thing preventing her from killing him, because, you know, her personality changes. But anyway, if she was able to kill Askin in Raijin Senkei, she would obliterate Segunda Etapa Ulquiorra. Like, he is so far removed from the power scale at this point that he's kind of fodder to these characters. And, you know, there's, like, nothing he would be able to do. Yoruichi is way stronger and way faster than him at this point. And honestly, like, I was going to say that she might be able to take him in base. That might be a little bit of a stretch. We don't know the exact, like, again, multiplier for Raijin Senkei. It does seem to be a more powerful version of Shunko, but we don't know by, you know, how much. But still, there's also the fact that Askin tried to drop Yoruichi. You know, he was using his poison, and Yoruichi's like, man, you're really cruel for, doing a slow, torturous method like this to try to just slowly kill us and get your satisfaction out. But Askin's like, no, I'm seriously trying to drop you here with my poison, but you just won't die. And, I mean, Askin seemed to have no issue dropping Shikai Ichigo, and here he is struggling to drop Yoruichi. I get that might be kind of a cucking around type argument, but still, it did happen. So if Yoruichi's on like that level to where with Shunko she can fight on par with even the base Elite Sternritter post Ash Wallen, she is going to smash Ulquiorra into the ground like it ain't a thing but a chicken wing. It is insane. So anyway, guys, that is pretty much it for this video. I'm sorry it's a little shorter. I'm also testing out a new style where I'm not doing this in one take anymore. I'm doing them where like I do, you know, record a little bit, and then I'll record another little bit, and I kind of like string all the little video parts together. It was really fun because it's not, my voice isn't dying, and I'm not as stressed to be like, I can't make any mistakes because then I gotta start all over again. So let me know how you guys like it in the comments below. Next video is going to be Byakuya versus Kenpachi. I don't know when I'm going to be able to get that out for you guys just because Thanksgiving break is starting, but my college is really weird because they're like, well, you got to go to school for half of the break, and then the other half of the break you can go home. But, you know, me going on Thanksgiving break is going to be a little weird. I don't know exactly what I'm doing right now, but I'll try to get Byakuya versus Kenpachi out to you guys. That one should be really fun, and yeah, let me know in the comments below what you guys think. I don't want to see any comments about, the light novels aren't canon, so why did you use them? Bro, Kubo gave his approval of the light novels. That is good enough for me. But if you need more, he allegedly co-wrote the first and the third one, which I believe is We Do Not Always Love You and The Spirits Are Always With You. So boom, checkmate. I'm out of here. Leave a like on the video, subscribe, all that other good stuff. I'm out. Peace late.